everybody, this is Robin.
And I'm Miko.
And we're
Wander Open Roads.
Hey, so thanks for joining us. So today we're going to talk about an interesting topic in the world of RVing, which is temperature control inside of your RV. Now this is something that we really ran into a few years ago when we started going on longer trips in the summertime. And what we found out is that, even with all of the air conditioning systems and furnaces and all the things, that the newer RVs have, the RVs are really not designed for extreme temperatures.
No. Not like your house. They just don't have the same type of insulation.
Right, exactly.
As good as the insulation is, it's still, no.
Yeah. Now, there are some brands, such as Arctic Fox is one that comes to mind. There are some brands that they advertise themselves being 4-season RVs. And, depending on where you are, that may be something that you want to check out. That was not something that we really took into consideration when we bought our RV, even though our RV actually has good insulation ratings. But just know that the general temperature range, that an RV is going to operate under normal conditions is generally about 50 degrees to 80 degrees. You got about a 30-degree window. Outside of that, you may need to do some extra stuff. And with the summertime coming up, we thought it would be a good time to talk about some of the things that we did in order to survive some of the extreme temperatures, especially being in the South. It gets pretty hot.
Yes.
Yeah. And it all kind of brings me back to a couple of summers ago. We were in Alabama in July, and it was 95 degrees.
Yes.
And we were running our air conditioning units, full blast, and it was still hot. So we came up with some tricks, and here we go. So number one is solar insulation. Okay, so we're talking about the type of insulation that you put in your car windshield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that insulation can be you can purchase it from Amazon and different places like that, but we actually found it at Lowe's.
Yes.
Yeah. So we bought a big old roll of it at Lowe's, and what we did was we basically sized all of our windows and cut out like section that was custom sized for each individual window inside of the RV, and then we got some
like Velcro strips.
Yeah, Velcro strips, and we put these up in order to try and help shield the sun and to keep the heat out. So that is definitely something that I would recommend, especially if you have windows where the sun is facing your RV.
Right.
Yeah. Because, what we found is that, we use this on the windows. We also use the same insulation to line our cabinets, because the last thing that you want is your food cabinets where you're keeping your food to get up over 100 degrees. That's not a good thing either, right?
Yeah, we've opened up the cabinet doors and it's warmer inside the cabinets than it is the RV itself.
Yeah.
So you could just imagine what that could be doing to some of your food.
Exactly. So yeah, lining the inside of our storage cabinets and putting that insulation on the windows really helps. Okay. So the second thing that we did was you have to look at the efficiency of your refrigerator. So once again, you don't want your food to spoil. A refrigerator is supposed to work within a certain temperature range, and that's really for the safety of keeping your food from spoiling. Okay. One thing that you need to understand about typical RV refrigerators is that there is no fan. There's nothing that is circulating air within. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the one thing that I did was I bought a fan. The fan that we have is a USB powered rechargeable fan. So we don't have to worry about batteries. We don't have to worry about trying to plug it in. So basically, if I charge that up for the day, I can basically have it running on high for the entire day. Then I just pull it out at night and I recharge it. Because obviously at nighttime it's cooler, so it's not as big of an issue. but it's very important to keep that air circulating within your refrigerator so that your refrigerator does not get too hot. Another thing that we did also in conjunction with that was to buy some small thermometers. So these are small battery powered thermometers that I have inside of the freezer and the refrigerator so that I can check the temperature to make sure that things aren't getting too hot. That's how I kind of know, hey, it's time to put the fan in and to circulate the air, and to also make sure that things inside of your refrigerator are spaced out enough so that there is proper airflow. Okay, if you have too many things, your refrigerator is packed too tight. Once again, there is no internal fan, so there's no room for the air to actually flow. Okay, so
Right.
something very important, to make sure that you don't have food spoilage in the summer months. Okay, so the third thing that we did, we have a digital thermometer that we actually keep inside of the rig also. Same thing, just a little battery operated thermometer that we post on the wall just so that we can keep track of the temperature inside of the rig. Okay, one thing that we do to help our air conditioning units, because we do have two AC units, one for the main cabin and then one for the bedroom, is that we have a couple of fans that we keep basically blowing full time to circulate air from front to back inside of the rig. So that really helps to circulate the air, and actually helps the efficiency of the air conditioning systems. Now, if we're lucky enough to be able to open the windows on, if it's a little cooler, then those fans really help in that purpose there.
Yeah, definitely just moving the air so it doesn't feel stuffy.
Yeah.
And like if we're leaving and we don't want to leave the AC running, we just make sure we open the doors and keep those fans running.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And one of the last things that we did also to help in this whole process is we bought a dehumidifier. Okay, so especially in different parts of the country, that humidity can really work against you. And of course, one of the biggest things that can hurt in RV is to start to develop moisture on the inside of your RV. Okay, that is something that you definitely do not want.
Yeah.
Okay?
No.
Yeah, that is a no-no, because that leads to mold and mildew and all these types of things. So you want to make sure that you're pulling that humidity out. So we have a small dehumidifier that we bought from Amazon. It was like $30. It's pretty cheap. And during the summertime, especially with all of the AC units running constantly, I mean, we have to actually empty that tray about once every 3 or 4 days. I mean, it will really fill up with water. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Really does. So just a few things that can actually really help to cool your rig off and to take some of the pressure off of your air conditioning systems in order to make it comfortable inside of your RV. Now, with all of that, on the flip side, in the wintertime, if you are winter camping and it's 30 degrees, I mean, we've actually camped in freezing temperatures before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've done that, and so once again, the solar insulation actually helps whether it's hot or cold. Okay, so yeah, when because of course in the wintertime, that cold will just radiate through the glass. I mean, it
Oh yeah.
really will. So the solar insulation actually helps when it's cold, especially like around freezing temps. And we have a small electric heater that we run. And in our bedroom, we actually use electric blankets. So we don't really try to rely on the furnace full time. I mean, although the furnace really works. I mean,
Yes.
the furnace will run you out of here, but it uses a lot of propane. I mean,
Yeah. So if you
A lot
can
of
use the
propane.
electricity that you're already paying for at the campground,
right,
then
it's even better.
yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So anyway, just a few tips that we wanted to share with temperature control inside of your RV. We hope it helps. If you have any questions or anything, please leave it in the comments. And we
Well,
thank
there
you.
is one thing. We
okay.
do have a future project that we are kind of researching and working on right now to kind of help again with that temperature control
that's right.
on the outside, which is window awnings.
Yes.
So they do have aftermarket awnings that you can add to your windows so that you can kind of shield the sun from coming in. You know, we have on our passenger door side, we have our just RV awning, but typically when we have our awning out, you know, that side is protected. But it's the other side with the bigger windows that really get us. So with that, we are researching which brand we want to go with and how many we're going to install. If we're going to do maybe like one big awning to go for both of our windows, or if we're just going to do one for each. We haven't really decided yet, but before the summer hits,
yes,
we hope to have those installed.
Right, and we'll have to definitely do another video on that. But yes, that is, you're right. Thank you for bringing that up, my better half. Yeah, that is something that we are also looking into to help once again control the heat and give it some shade. So.
Yeah. Now we mentioned a lot of items in this video.
Yes.
We will be sure to link those below in the description.
Definitely. Okay. So once again, thank you for joining us. And like I said, questions, comments, please reach out to us and we will do our best to answer them.
And if you have any other suggestions, some things that you're doing to help control the temperature in your RV, we are all ears. Sharing is caring.
Yep, definitely. All right, so thanks once again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Be sure to check out our camping apparel and accessories at shopredsquare.com. We also sell on Etsy and Amazon. The links will be in the description. Thank you.